Hi, this is Dominic with All C's. We are relaunching our YouTube content. We have a lot of old content on there. We kind of want to keep it fresh and update you with some new videos, some how-tos, stuff about the market, stuff about gold, silver, stuff like
Right.
that.
And our market's changed drastically, right? Just in the
It's
year of 2025, we are right now.
it's insane.
Gold and silver, it's gone through the roof.
We were telling people a long time ago to buy silver, gold
Yes.
at the beginning of the year when it was like $30 an ounce.
Yeah.
Or it was a little bit under.
Little, huh?
And now we're here. We're here at $50 for silver, which is
So
insane.
you're just less.
We're just
a little less. But
very
you're
shy.
You're bullish on it, Dominic.
All right.
Today we're at 48.50, but we're close. We're right there.
Oh, it's crazy. But we're here to talk about the history of All Seas. A lot of people don't know, and I sit up front, people ask questions, how long you guys been here? And they didn't know we were here. And we've been here for 37 years. And with that, the owner, James Farnsworth, is going to kind of tell us the history of All Seas. And what I want to go start with this one is, we didn't start off as All Seas first.
Right. Correct.
And you were from the Midwest. Your whole family's from the Midwest. And what did Gary and Sally, who were the original owners, and rest in peace, Gary, we started off with something else. What did we start off as?
Well, so my dad is a coin savant. He's a numismatist. He just got his 50th year award, would have been this year, the year of his passing, sadly. He got his 50th year award for being a numismatist. He's very passionate about coins. He had bought and dealt coins before I was born. My grandfather, Paul, was also a stamp dealer, works at the post office.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they both got into collecting together.
I did not know that.
In 1964, after the Kennedy assassination, they took silver and gold off the dollar. So dollar went on the OPEC trading sale. You had to trade oil with the U.S. dollar. They didn't back up by gold and silver anymore. So gold and silver became a commodity all of a sudden, more than it had already been. It's always been a commodity.
Right.
In 64, they took it out of coinage. So my dad had started hoarding coins and collecting coins at that point in his teen years.
That's one of the reasons we have a lot of the coins that we look for when we buy are 1964 and before.
Correct.
A lot of the newer ones have other elements.
Yeah, metal, steel, not even copper and a pin anymore. It's zinc or whatever kind of fab metal they make now.
Right. So we were born from that cloth, from coins. It started off with coins.
Yes.
Now talk to me about how you guys really start off in Kansas. Is Kansas, right?
Nebraska.
Nebraska. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Nebraska, all the shows.
Yeah. So we started doing coin shows from my birth. He really got an antique store, got enough money to move out of Omaha, and we moved to Denver. His mission was to get to Denver because there's a mint here, and coin collecting in Denver is a lot easier and obtainable to get coins where you have a mint. So the cities where you have a mint, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Denver, there's a lot more coins.
Okay. That makes total sense.
Yeah, and a lot more key date coins, right? So he always wanted to move to Denver as one of his dreams.
So just so you guys know, this is total impromptu. I'm asking some questions that I know the history of a lot of All Seas, but there's a lot of this just like that I did not know. So with that in mind and all the shows from Nebraska, when you came here to Colorado, you guys opened a store, but the store was not called All Seas back then.
Right. So we moved here when I was a year and a half. And then we had opened that was 1979. By 1982, he had opened his first coin store, and that was the first silver boom. They call it the silver boom because the Hunt brothers bought and hoarded silver, and they could manipulate the market. There's so little precious metals refined in the world.
Okay.
If you had enough money, they learned that you could dictate the market. You could buy an X amount of dollars of it. Then after that, the federal government came in and said you couldn't do that and called it monopoly or gold and silver.
Oh, that's crazy.
But that in 82 made coins surge hugely. Oh. My dad was already ahead of this, and in 82, this had happened, like we're in the times we're in right now in 2025. In 82, we had a big coin and gold and silver surge. He opened the store and ran that for 2 years. With the way the world is, he had to go close that store down. And then we would open All Seas in 1988, the end of 87 going in.
87, 88. Yep. So what was the name of that old store?
And it was just Gary Sally G&S coins.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Which G&S, oddly enough, awesomely enough, stands for gold and silver. But
it does also means Gary and Sally.
Yes.
That's a fantastic history. First I'm going to go both your parents' influence on you with this hobby.
Yes. My mom and dad are both very passionate and very knowledgeable of grading what people collect and what to foresee happening in the world we're in. With coins and cards and comic books in the 80s, that cards and comics was before they had gotten big in 88. It was just before the Batman movie. Michael Keaton's Batman with Tim Burton in 89
Okay.
changed the comic book industry. In 1988, you also had Jose Canseco in baseball, Mark McGwire setting baseball home run
Right.
records.
Right.
And that kind of started that home run era of baseball in 88.
Oh, they went
So it
nuts.
was like, yeah, both were kind of a burning ball that happened at the same time, and it blew up as coins died out in the late 80s. Gold and silver kind of crashed. Comics and cards blew up,
Okay.
right? And that bar spawned all seas.
Okay. So that's where all C's, and if everybody doesn't know, it stands for all coins, cards, and collectibles.
Coins, cards, comics, and collectibles.
Yeah,
Of all sorts.
I missed. So with that influence, let's talk about Gary. So
Yeah.
last year, I think it was April, end of March, beginning of April, we're getting ready to have our collector show. We'll go over that, but we lost him a week before.
Yes.
And he was a big part of this place. Even when it comes down to, we were just joking about it a few minutes ago about answering our phone calls. If you didn't get a phone call within 3 rings, you got the giant man towering behind you. What are we doing?
Yeah, true.
But he was a big
he's a
influence
big man. Not
on the
only,
people who were here.
yeah, not only in his knowledge of the industry and his foresight in collectibles, him and my mother's, but my dad's size. It was
Yeah.
also a huge man. He was
But
a big
it was so with that. So when you guys all started all C's, it wasn't all comics and cards right away, was it? You would took your brother and you to
Right. So my dad's coin
influence him.
knowledge spawned my brother and I's knowledge into getting into all collectors because we were always introduced to shows, right? So we were
Right.
always on the road in Kansas. We were in the road in Kansas going to coin shows, Nebraska, and so forth. And we'd accumulate comic books and cards at these coin shows because at that time, again, nobody really cared about coins and
Right.
cards and comics. So Jason and I would acquire them, and we were bored as shit riding in the car all the way through Kansas.
Okay.
So we'd read comic books and check out cards.
Okay. When did you guys start selling them? I mean, not the dates or anything, but did you have to coerce Gary into selling them?
No, so I skipped a part of his story and my mom's. My mom helped him start the first ever coin show in Denver, the first monthly coin show.
Okay.
And so and that became the first monthly collectible show because with coins, everything comes from coins, right?
Okay.
Money. So money rules the world. Coins starts all collectibles. And from that, comics were showed up. Coins and cards started showing up. Joe Cameron,
Oh, geez.
classic staple in Denver,
Yes.
Colorado for collectibles, had the store in Wadsworth, 66 in Wadsworth for
Yep.
years. He got us into comic books and cards.
That's
I
crazy.
attribute a lot of it to Joe Cameron. Too.
And Joe still comes in
Joe
today
still
and has
comes in.
lunch over here. So
Yeah, has lunch with me at least once a month.
Yeah. He's like, you know who this is on the phone. This is Joe.
4 years old now. Still,
He's still kicking.
Yes.
God bless that man.
Yes.
So, okay. So we do coins, comics, cards, all kinds of collectibles. We do shows. We have a gaming arena. So let's talk about the transformation of all C's. I'd say late 90s when Pokemon and all that started coming out. Because when I used to shop here, there was no gaming arena.
Correct.
And we would do artist signings, and then we'd had some great events over there, or you would have a sale, and a lot of stuff would be over there. And then later on, it developed into like PC gaming, and now it's a full blown gaming arena for those type cards for Pokemon, Magic, Union Arena. What's the other big one? Star Wars. All the different ones.
One Piece.
Sorry.
Gundam, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering started with Magic the Gathering. But in the beginning, in the 90s, this is when my mom retired. She worked for the Adams County court system in Colorado for a long time. Got full retirement 20 years in, and came to work at All Seas full time. With that, she took over the cards and comics and a lot of the other things my dad wasn't doing. And that came gaming. I worked here full time when I graduated high school in 95, and she put me on the cards in Magic all the time with sports cards. Then Pokemon come out, and Pokemon required you to run tournaments in your store to get product. So my unwilling me, I was 18, I think at the time, 19, something like that, maybe 20. My mom made me register to be a Pokemon trainer and judge, professor. So I have one of the oldest Pokemon professor licenses in the country.
You're a professor, aren't you?
Yeah, and that was all due to Sally pushing gaming in the store. So we had to run tournaments in the store.
What an amazing woman.
The little one table Pokemon tournaments I've run when I was 19 years old, I want to say.
Jeez.
And so now I have one of the oldest professors. Now I'm 49 years old.
Oh my goodness. You were the
So I guess
professor.
that was 30 years ago. Yeah. Something like that.
That is insane.
Yeah.
So with gaming, after gaming got more developed and everything, we flash forward to a new venture, and the new venture is All Seas South.
Yes.
How did that come about?
Well, so same with that. I married a beautiful woman 9 years ago, Patricia Farnsworth, and
It doesn't
she
make us sandwiches, by the way.
she retired from her job in IT. She's very
Right.
successful, and with that, helped me expand the store, the POS system, and knowledge of what we were doing. More, interactive with our customers, and business grew and better. Made me expand, helped me expand with
Yes.
her. And Trish runs that store with me, all the time, every day, 7 days a week. It takes us,
It's a different store. Uh, I work there. Used to work there a couple days a week. Now I work there one, but it's a different demographic. And I'm not talking about people. I'm talking about how people buy things over there.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
more of a card store than anything. But comics are still getting bigger over there. So if you're in the area of Centennial, you should check out It's our newer store. They do a lot of cards. A beautiful store.
That's a
And,
huge Transformer store, toys, sell
right.
toys, vintage stuff. We specialize in collectibles, so I don't like to get into a lot of modern things unless it's like Pokemon or Gundam, Bandai products, and
Right.
gaming, TCG. Um, but toys, modern toys, action figures, we have it. It just depends on what it is.
Right. And our culture has spread from over here to over there.
Right.
And on the weekends, it's just insane over there.
Well, and Pokemon, outside of Gold and Silver, Pokemon right now is the hottest thing. TCG since COVID, TCG in general is really researched as well with Gold and Silver, because people stayed at home and needed to interact with others.
That's true.
TCG really brings a community. A lot of people say community and collectibles, but with TCG, there really is.
I think they're the different type. Sports cards guys don't hoard together.
Right.
We do have a group that comes in and does stuff with baseball, or
Yeah.
is it baseball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
And
Saber Institute.
that's Saber. Yeah,
yeah.
Saber comes in, they do things with baseball and they have groups. But the Pokemon community or just the gaming community, they tend to be together a lot. And they all know each other.
Friendships are made. Since we opened a whole location for gaming next door, that has been since 2011, I want to say. We're going almost on our 15th year for the gaming arena.
Okay.
And it's been friendships and people I've seen for 15 years.
Yeah.
We've known each other growing
It's like
up.
everybody knows each other by first name and just everything.
Aurora, Colorado is kind of synonymous around the country. I go to shows everywhere. Everyone's like, "Oh, you're from Aurora." It's a great city. I love Aurora. I've lived here my whole life virtually. It really has helped this community in this little neighborhood we live on 225 in Abilene over here, and help these kids and youth, of our community get together and grow and compete and learn how to read and calculate and strategize. Collectibles are bigger than just looking at a card and
It is.
a shiny Pokemon.
It's about people.
Yeah.
It is about people, which spawns me into the next thing is I'm going to talk about the collector showcase, but first I want to talk about how we got to the collector showcase, and that was through partnership with not a partnership, alliance kind of with Aurora Rise,
Yes.
and why Aurora Rise has been influential in the growth of our collector showcase and why we do it.
Well, so back to the gaming arena. When I first opened the gaming arena, it was hard to get employees educated in there to know the product and what they're selling. It's really important to me. Being raised in this industry with my brother, by the best man in the world and mother in the world to do it, is Gary and Sarah, the best teacher. So I had to teach it to somebody else, know who I could teach this to, and I could trust running it. And I met AJ. AJ came in, he had a whole slot, and I hired him to be the gaming manager when we opened up the gaming arena. That was a year before the Batman movie had come out in the theater shooting. So in Aurora, Colorado, again, we have this weird curse here, but whatever. The theater shooting happened with James Home, the synonymous Bane movie. I can't remember the name of the Batman movie. I think it's Dark Knight Rises. Yeah. The theater shooting was right across the street from our store. It's virtually half mile down the road. The mall is. Midnight release. Everybody was worried. I was at that theater. Anybody at the store was there. So we found out that coming morning that AJ was in there because he didn't show up to work.
Right.
And then Tom Sullivan had called in, and I saw Tom Sullivan on the news, who's another hold slot, and his sons also had a hold slot here. Hold slot means you have a subscription to comic books, and that means you come in every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, you're loyal as to buying your new issue comic books.
Right.
And I've known Tom since the store had opened in 1988, Tom Sullivan. And I saw him on the news, and I'm coming of what's going on. He's looking for his son, and he says, "Has anybody seen Alex?" Who again had a subscription here as well.
Right.
He was murdered and killed, and AJ later on called me and called in sick and told me what had happened, that he was in the theater. So in the coming days, a lot of people had called, the media had called us, of course, because the news wants to get you on and talk about why comic books are created. or related. Sorry, not created, but related to this event that had
Yeah.
happened because it was in a Batman movie, right?
Right.
So the president of DC in sales called us and wanted to donate and help us in any kind of way to make comic books positive because Batman's positive in our society. He's not a negative. And it was very important to DC and Marvel to point that to people. So we had started with them the idea of Aurora Rise to help theater shooting victims and victims of violent crimes. And AJ and my brother, Chris Packham, and Bonnie and another gentleman, I can't think of his name, run this charity called Aurora Rise, and it's to help victims of violent crimes. Me on the LC side of it, we always do our best to contribute, help, and rise this charity and make it what it is. So with Marvel, DC, and All Seas, we gave all this product to Aurora Rise, spawned this charity, and it's still alive today.
Yeah. And that charity has taken a big step forward with the addition of the Collectors Showcase, which is at Arapahoe County. We do it 2 times a year. We do it in April and we do it in September.
Yes.
Let's talk about that and what a change that's been, because that puts us under a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But it's also a big payoff, and that we're able to spread our brand and everybody can see what we do. So that
Right, and to me, it's personal for me because I grew up again doing shows before anything else. Before my dad had opened stores, I know what it takes. I know how it is growing up and not knowing where you're going to get your next meal because you're selling coins or comic books for a living, and it's not like a normal job. It's a struggle at most times, and people don't realize that. So I wanted to give the opportunity to people to have a cheap vending opportunity, dealers at a show. It's the cheapest in town that I know of. It's a 3-day event. You can vend at it for $200 starting price,
it's really
as low as high as only $300 for a primo spot. 3-day show with a dealer day, load-in day on Thursday. Very dealer friendly. The most interactive, nice we could be to any kind of vendor show setting you could be at. I've been in a lot of shows where they don't treat vendors right, or the way I feel like you should be as a vendor. Because if it wasn't for vendors, it wouldn't be shows. You know what I mean?
that's
So.
correct.
I know that side of the table very well. On that, I wanted to also get the kind of vendors that my customers, all these customers and clients, would also appreciate, get good deals from, and have the best experience at a show they could for free admission, Dominic.
Right.
For free
I
admission,
get it.
no charge.
And we've tried to make it bigger and bigger every time. And we had a little setback when Gary passed. It was literally like the week before.
It was.
That was hard. That was hard.
It is
Um,
hard. I mean, today, even doing this, talking about it.
yeah, it is. It'll always be hard. If you know the man, then it'll be hard.
Yeah.
But it was we got through it.
Yeah, man. And that's what he would want. He wouldn't want me to do it.
And that was, you could hear
Or
his
Trish.
voice.
Yeah.
Keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going. So we did, and we added the live auction.
All
Something
seas
new.
never, real quick, here's a Gary quote for it. All seas never, shuts down. It never is closed. We're open 7 days a week, whether it be a blizzard. From when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
I've been pulled out of school for the death of Superman. When Superman died, it was in 6th or 7th grade, and I got to miss school that day because I had to work at the store, which is awesome. I probably learned more at this store than I ever did in school,
Right.
from him. So
That's true. It's your parents
important.
pass down a lot of stuff
Well, in the
that
store,
you don't realize till they're gone.
All Seas is more than just a store that we sell knickknacks at. It's a staple of what Aurora is, and bringing people together over what makes you happy and brings you this little piece of joy, right? Whether
Right.
it's a piece of gold, I love gold and silver and coins, or be a comic book that you want to read, the new Absolute Batman or the new Pokemon booster pack.
Oh yeah, which you can't keep on the shelf.
Right.
So we entered into a live auction. We decided we're going to try doing a live auction, and we also have the silent auction, which benefits all of Aurora Rise, and then a portion of ours goes into that.
Right.
And it's gotten bigger and bigger. We have a sports celebrity that does the actual auction.
Great auctioneer, Nate Jackson,
Yeah.
who I'm a huge football fan in the strategy of football. Football is much like chess. It's about 3 steps ahead and angles, all this and that. Nate Jackson, the great Nate Jackson, great auctioneer.
Oh, he's fantastic.
And wrote an amazing book, 2 books on football. Check them out if you ever want to, read a good book on football.
So if you do come to the show, that is one of our main events, is the live auction, which portions of that benefits Aurora Rise. And then Aurora Rise has a silent auction there during that time that we encourage you to donate so people can bid on this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
100% goes. Last year, we gave 2 scholarships away to 2 individual young youth in Aurora, Colorado,
yeah,
specifically.
help with books or whatever.
That were in need, and they got $1,000 scholarships each to go to their education, help for books, and living in college.
Yeah,
So your every percentage of the money goes to helping people and victims of violent
right.
crimes in one way or
And we have an exclusive there, and I'm not trying to sell a show. I'm just trying to tell our history. So we've had an evolution of the show. It just basically was a show, and then we did a live auction, and then we started doing like segmentation. And segmentation, I mean by adding something that nobody else is going to have, and it's called Garbage Island.
Yes.
And we'll talk about this. So these are a bunch of gentlemen that are sketch card artists for Tops that do these cards. And you're not going to find them all in one place together generally. We're trying to get upwards of 20 this time.
24.
Okay, so we're trying to get a bunch. And you're only going to see them on our show as Garbage Island. They will do all their commissions and everything else there. But we've even one is helping us organize to make this event even bigger.
Yeah. So Eddie Rhodes, E3 Art, check him out. He's my personal friend. I've known him since high school and before. We grew up in Aurora together and then in Parker, Colorado together. But I've known him before and outside of the industry. He's a great artist. I kind of pushed him into doing art in my genre and pop culture, and he's really grabbed on a Garbage Pail. He's an amazing artist. He's a licensed Tops artist. With Eddie's help, we've gotten all this community of Tops artists: Mike Stevens, Barry Enigma, Kay Grimm, so many great Mr. Pingator, Floydman, so many great artists. I can't name them all. There's going to be 24 at this upcoming one. All Tops artists, all Tops licensed guys. They're in Star Wars. They're not just in Garbage Pail. Star Wars, the new SpongeBob.
True.
Everything that Tops makes and comes out. Also Upper Deck Products and Panini, whoever else that makes cards.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And we stretch ourselves thin, but we get it done. And it's
with that, we're made and create a row. We're going to add more artists of other genres, not just Tops artists, but fantasy art, comic book artists, local artists. We're going to have in creator row, and it'll be all local talent and beyond with great comic book artists and guests.
And plus, we have a bunch of other charities that we have there.
We do.
It's fantastic.
Video game tournaments put on by James Sherman with Extra Life.
There you go.
That's another charity.
That's a huge one. And
more celebrities too. We have celebrities. We have grading services.
That's true. We had a couple of them there last
time. Will be there, and CBCS, my friend.
It keeps going. The ball keeps rolling. It keeps snowballing and getting bigger. So past that, the one thing we've always, from working with you over the years is that you said the one thing that's most important is the three things behind you, and that's we buy, sell, and trade.
Right.
And we generally do it 7 days a week.
Yep.
Unless there's for some reason there's a lot of buyer here, which is very rare.
Well, back to what I was saying before, it's important we're here 7 days a week because people, have hard times all the time and people need money all the time. Pawn shops and collectible stores provide a service. And this was under COVID when I found out that we could be open during COVID because we provide a service of buying things from people. So we're always allowed to be open, can't be shut down because we provide that. And people need that. So you never know what happens to you. And life happens. And I've been in the position many a time where I've had to sell stuff to all season and it's helped me out.
Right. So we buy, sell, and trade. Trade is you just bring your stuff in and we'll give you a store credit and stuff for everything.
Value for your dollar that way.
Yeah, but we take a lot of different things, but not everything.
The thing about trade is you also take out the government and tax. So everything you trade in your dollars goes back to collectibles and what you want to get, including gold and silver.
And right now, that's one of the hottest things. Let's talk gold and silver.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? Do you think it's going to go up?
Well, we're at a record number now for gold and silver prices. We've never seen these ever. Silver hit 40 when Obama was president in 2012 or so 13 years ago. But we're way over that now. We're at $48.50, creeping $50. If you're saying gold's at almost $4,000. It's at $38.50, almost $3,900.
That is insane.
Just this time last year, gold was at $2,300. So you're almost doubling up on gold.
So if you need to, basically what I'm saying is if you need to sell something, gold or silver, you can bring it in. We can check it out. We will offer you. We have been around for 37 years. So you can have faith that we're not trying to.
Well, and this is all I've done, right? Everyone always asks me that. Like, well, this and that. Well, I don't work on cars. I don't work on air conditioners. I don't.
This is what you do.
I'm not a politician. This is what I do. I'm a buy and sell of collectibles. All C's.
That's it.
all the time.
So that is our history. We're going to come back with you with James is going to go over some gold stuff, not on this one, on another YouTube video. I might not be on the camera on that because it's just going to be him talking about gold. But stay tuned for more of these, whether it's going to be comics, it might be events. We're going to try to get more, we're going to try to get better at launching some more content so you can see what's going on. And join us Thursday nights. We have our All Seas Collectors podcast. So join us then, and we will keep pushing out stuff.
Yeah, keep collecting.
Keep collecting.